It's a bright sunny afternoon and we're about to have tea. Hello and welcome to Tea Time, an entertainment news program bringing you the hottest headlines in the world of entertainment. I'm Tekumbo Taiwo saying welcome to the program, and I'm here with the usual regulars, super duper slayer Queen Elsie Godwin and super duper swag king Ife Oshunkeye. Hola.
What up?
So if we're the king and queen, what are you?
Food for thought, have you?
Right?
Okay, so what's new this afternoon?
Well, I have something new to tell.
Okay, tell me.
Reekado is moving from
Yeah,
Mavins.
same thing I had.
We don't know where he's going to yet, or do you? I know you have
No,
the insider
obviously he's
gist.
going to start up his own record label. He's
Do
not
you
going to
think-
move from one record label to another.
I mean, I
that
don't
would be
even
very,
see any
very
record
stupid.
label that should take him, that
Yeah.
can accommodate him right now.
Yeah, I think
After having been
it's
to
too
Mavin.
big
Yeah.
for a new record label, unless maybe he wants to get signed to something like Universal, Sony, and the rest of them, and then it won't be a distribution deal, or it would be a proper contract, like. Yeah.
Okay.
And apart from that, Kiss Daniel just bought himself a Bentley. Whoop whoop.
Well, at least he can now carry his Bentley to places he wants to perform instead of waiting for
But
Benz.
man, I think record labels.
That was so late. I was like, you haven't picked up on that. I was like, oops.
Congratulations.
Oh, I didn't
Drive
even think
around.
of okay.
To any states, actually. Just drive around.
Babcock student, shame on you guys.
Exactly. No
Shame
more
on
requests for
you.
G-Wagons or anything like that. No more embarrassment.
But I still love my people though.
Okay. All right. Moving on to our main stories for the day. US rapper Offset, who vows, well, he has vowed that he will win Cardi B back, you know, and I think from what he's saying that they're going to be...
They say y'all won.
Sorry? What?
Y'all won.
Exactly, and then he wants to give Cardi B some time to cool off. Exactly, and then maybe once she's done cooling off, he wants to try and win her back. And from what he was saying, basically, is that a lot of people pressurized them in terms of the relationship. I don't know how they did that, or you think that's all
Yes,
story?
I think so.
You think so? I think Elsie doesn't believe that.
No, in the
from your
sense-
reaction.
First and foremost.
First of all, their
Okay.
marriage, they never announced it to us. We dug it up. Do you understand?
And then when he even mentioned it, it was like an error when he was talking at the award ceremony.
Wife,
just
and that was
referred,
the reason why
he
people
slipped.
went to start digging things up.
So it's not like he came out.
But he gave them the reason to sleep. My
Or to
wife.
dig.
Or to dig, sorry.
That's what I'm saying. It was a slip. He
So,
didn't intend. I
this
don't
is
think
what
he
I think,
intentionally
First
did
and
that.
foremost,
Okay.
I'm going to sound a bit like Ife today.
Okay.
I don't want to attack those words because they are not necessarily coming from him. It says someone from his camp. Now, if I'm going to attack those words, why is there always a problem when there is something wrong? Instead of you accepting that you did something wrong, you blame everybody else aside yourself.
I see what you mean.
Why are you saying, oh, we caused you to cheat on her, or are you trying to say you didn't cheat on her? And at the end, they're not saying, oh, every other thing, yes, it is in the past, but right now she's angry for nothing. I know it gets to a point where you actually get really pissed, really angry, and you do not want to listen because of everything you've heard in the past,
In
and
the
then
past.
the little ones you
Yeah.
capitalize
So
on
basically,
it. But
Elsie,
even if that's
what-
the case, you did something wrong. There are evidence everywhere. And she has looked at it. She fought for you. She'll be like, oh, this is my man. Let's forget about it.
Yeah.
And you're coming out now to blame, including her, everybody aside yourself.
What you're basically saying is that he should own up and
He
take
should.
responsibility.
If he's going to, I mean, I think it won't be so difficult
Okay,
for him to win Cardi B back anyway.
yeah.
Because I think she loves him. So
Okay, let's hear what Ife has to say.
I'm just going to say Offset got Cardi upset.
Let's watch this space if he can win her over eventually. Okay, up next, concert cancellation as Justin Timberlake postpones all of his December dates. So
due to...
well, due to his
Vocal
vocal
Now,
cords.
this
What's
I
going
can
on about this vocal
understand.
cords?
This one I can
Understand.
understand. I'm not saying anything more than that, but this
Okay.
one I can understand.
Okay, maybe Ife has something to say.
Why can you understand?
I can
So
understand.
you don't understand Technozone?
I didn't mention
Trevor
names.
Noah.
Of course, I can understand.
But you can't mention, you can't. Do you know, I was actually thinking she was referring to Offset's story, saying I can understand.
She's just trying to tell you that Techno is...
oh my days, oh my.
But I can
Shade.
understand. And
You can understand Techno.
So I don't understand, you can't understand.
You
Why
can't understand. Why can't you
is it not my understanding?
Yes, tell us about your understanding. Please tell us
I
about.
can understand JT's.
We want to
vocal
understand your
issues.
understanding.
And sometimes when I try to follow his song and sing to it, you're like, you can't do this, babe. You need to stop at some point and allow him get to the top where he wants to get to. But I really can understand if
So you don't think you can bruise your vocal cover? I get to be cassava.
See, I can actually bruise mine from laughing now, so let's take it.
Let's calm down.
Yeah, let's calm down.
All right, Ife, you've not said what you think about this story.
Well,
Justin Timberlake.
I think this is just the period for that. And like I said, I'm glad that they are all taking their health seriously right now, because regardless of how it, at least he didn't say his own is damaged. They said
it's
Techno's
healing.
own is damaged.
Oh.
Well, you just released the song, though.
Yeah, of course, works. He's been working, yeah.
Okay.
But,
So it is
no, but
actually
Techno's own
good.
as well. They said he needs to heal. Not that
was it
he's
damaged?
completely
what he
damaged.
first said was that it was damaged, that his vocal cord was...
No, but he was saying something about healing.
He's just getting to get it now.
So that's just it. But the most important thing is that these people put a lot of work,
Yeah, they
and they
do.
deserve rest. Like I saw one of Davido's posts. Davido is always out there. I wonder when he sleeps. Honestly.
I kind of feel like his own cord is like damaged, like so. It's just
Naturally damaged.
damaged, and we love you like that.
Yeah, so
So-
I wonder when it's because he's always on Insta story, Snapchat, doing one thing or the other. It was like, I usually do not get tired, but to be honest, body don't weak. You get, so these people, they are human. You get
need to
same,
rest.
yeah, they need to rest. So I think they've been working all year, and there's a time for them to spend with their family too. So I think all these whole vocal cord things can just be, man, let me
Stress.
have my getaway time
Yeah,
with my
this is
family.
Christmas.
Like, yeah, like this is Christmas, man. And then
No, but
JT
even
has
so-
postponed
JT
to January 4.
Yeah.
So that's a good
No, what
thing.
I'm saying is that I don't think that would be like an excuse for Christmas. You know, if they want to get away, they will get away, because you know the schedule has already been scheduled from
Yeah.
way back. So if they won't need time to have
No, but the
schedule-
entertainment industry has really grown in 2018. If you really want to look at the growth, I'm sure in terms of statistics, in terms of
Income.
income and all of that, I'm sure this year will be a very good year for
For a lot of
global entertainment industry. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So maybe they've made enough to rest.
Time for a break. When we return, we'll be bringing you the latest scoop, the latest news, and the latest headline on Coldplay. We'll be right back. It's where the big stories live. This is Plus TV Africa.
When I did it, I was full on, hands-on on the whole project.
So how did you deal with it? All of that negativity?
I got depressed, obviously. Duh. Haven't you heard?
I've got two of the hottest topics currently trending on social media. If you've seen the word Senate trending on Twitter, that's because the Nigerian police force has gone Trump style.
I haven't shared this with anyone, but I reckon I get about like 100 people asking for help a day. That's a fact. I can prove that.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa, where the big stories live. Up next is this headline on Grammy Award winner Chris Martin of Coldplay, who says watching Wizkid perform is a dream come true. Okay.
Where's the Lakwe when you need one? Because Lakwe...
What would she have said? What do you think?
Lakwe, you know Lakwe is never impressed when I'm talking about Wizkid, right?
Even now, I think she would not be impressed with this.
But I know she's a big fan of Coldplay.
Coldplay, so you think she'll be
for Chris
impressed?
Martin to say this, trust me, she will be speechless.
Speechless, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case...
Well, I'm communicating with her indirectly anyway.
Okay.
You know, right?
Okay. Elsie, let me hear what you have to say.
Coldplay.
Yes.
So I was not in
Oh.
the global, what was it again? Global Citizens.
Citizens
I wasn't there
Festival.
live.
Yeah.
You know, I did not get the opportunity to watch live too, but I read reviews online, and so far, the only two artists from Nigeria who made Nigeria proud from their performance is Femi Kuti and D'banj. Now, this is an article I read written by, of course, the person wants to go by a pseudonym because in Nigeria, you really have to protect yourself. He calls himself Showboy.
Okay.
And he was on and on about how Tiwa and Wizkid disgraced Nigeria on stage. So, you know, when Coldplay, I saw the video about Coldplay saying all these things.
But he
his
didn't
performance.
mention.
He said Wiz.
Okay.
He didn't say Wizkid.
Okay.
Now, I want to believe Wiz is Wizkid anyways.
Wiz Khalifa was in there.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wasn't there. So
Okay.
I believe Wiz is Wizkid. And from that article and from what I read, Wizkid's performance was not that awesome. I mean, Casper was so awesome that the same Coldplay had to climb the stage to lace his boots.
Wow.
So it's a case of I am not very sure of what is going on right here. I'm
Okay.
a Wizkid fan, but his performance that day,
You were
from
not impressed?
people that were there, the reviews that were online, they were like, is this the Wizkid? And then he
Okay.
mentioned something about the biggest song of the year, and then he mentioned Soccer.
Okay.
You know, how exactly is Soccer his biggest song and talking of the biggest song
Okay, you know
of
what,
the year?
Elsie?
So
Let
for
me-
you
let
know,
me come
this
back
whole
to you in a
Coldplay,
minute.
Wizkid
Yeah.
thing is somehow.
Okay, let me hear what if I can't wait to hear his own theory on this. It's because you mentioned so many things. I'm like, okay.
I mean, I was not, you know, I said I was not there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
these are people
First
that
of
were
all,
there
Okay.
live.
Oh, all right,
First
let's
of
hear
all,
it first.
I think you need to go back and watch Wizkid's full performance.
Okay.
Now, this is the first time Wizkid is performing Ojuelegba without no DJ. You know, they're not playing it in the background. He rendered it with like a live band. There were ladies in the background singing, "Are you feeling good tonight? Are you feeling good tonight?"
Okay.
My voice is bad, but God, I had goosebumps listening to that. Do you understand? Wizkid killed it because he did something totally different. All the other artists jumped. Casper jumped on stage. Did he jump on stage with a live band? Wizkid came out with a live band. He came out with like, should I call them the choir now? Or what should I call them?
Okay, those guys at the back, the South African guys
the
that
backup
wore
singers,
the backup singers.
the backup singer. What he did was different. He came out with a
But I
walking
have to say,
stick,
some
he
of the
threw it
other
to the
artists
crowd.
have been performing with that group as well.
Yes, well, but most of them were performing their songs with the DJ.
Okay.
But Wizkid performed
see.
Ojuelegba for the first time like that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And that was very, very big.
But I want to say, from the videos as well, it looks like people were rocking to it, you know, from what I
people
saw.
were and then, no, even apart from the fact that people were vibing to the performance, did you see the crowd when Wizkid was announced? Like, I watched when they announced Wizkid. I watched
it's
when they
not only
announced
Wizkid that got the
Casper.
crowd when
I watched when they
announced
announced.
Look, when you watch these
Bangali.
things, when it is already out there for you to see after the whole
Well,
live performance,
okay.
it's this a different
Then
feel.
what could they-
When you're
in
on
fact, you're
stage
even
and
giving my
watching,
guy
then
more
it's a
stars
different
because
thing
right
entirely.
now you're telling me that his editor is also dope. He's not only in
I mean, his
come
editor,
on.
of course, his editor has to be
so-
dope and all that. But I'm
Wizkid,
telling you,
salute,
if
salute.
you're
Just
there
keep
and
blowing my
trying
guy's
to
trumpet,
enjoy
please.
a show live, it's different from you watching it when it's already
Yeah.
done and you have the camera angles and you have the sounds already connected and you know what is going on. So people that were there were telling you, oh, Wizkid did not
I think
perform
you're trying
up
to come up
par.
with a conspiracy theory, but
There
I'm
is
not
no
going to
conspiracy
try. I'm not going to
theory
help you
anywhere.
because what you're trying to. Do you know what she's insinuating? That maybe Coldplay got paid
But
to say
then-
what he said.
Did I say that?
That's what she's
Did I say that?
insinuating.
All I'm
Because she's
saying
saying she
is,
doesn't know what's
for me,
going on
in
here.
fact,
I
even
don't know.
after the show, I was not there, but Femi Kuti was trending. Like his videos was everywhere. People were saying this performance.
But this
was
Wizkid
it.
story just
and then D'banj came up. I didn't even see Wizkid performance. All I was seeing was Femi Kuti.
What I'm saying
and
is that, but it
D'banj.
just broke now, and that's why it started
Because
trending with
Coldplay talked about
Yeah,
it.
because-
That's
Oh, I
why
see.
Wizkid performance is even trending.
Oh, I see what
Do you
you
get
mean.
what I'm saying?
The band's
People
performance
that
was
are there are
amazing
the
too.
ones
I
that
saw
will
the
tell
band's
you when a
performance.
show is
Look,
awesome before
look.
PR comes and do whatever they want to do with it.
Ife,
So I'm not
are you being
saying there is a
objective? Because I know
problem.
you're
I'm
a
just
major
saying
supporter and
this is how
fan
I
of.
feel
I'm just
about
saying
it.
that
I'm-
Wizkid killed
you know.
it, and
Okay.
when I saw the performance of Ojuelegba, I don't know about the other songs. I don't know what he did with Soko. I don't know what he did, but I'm talking about Ojuelegba's performance in particular.
Okay.
That was dope.
All right, Ife, we're going to go on a break right here. When we come back, it'll be time for yet another interesting conversation. Do continue to stay with us.
not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Na 2,500 I dey pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, and we're moving swiftly on to our next and final story, which is on Kevin Hart, who steps down from hosting the Oscars. Because not too long ago, they announced or made the announcement that Kevin Hart was going to be hosting, you know, the Oscars. And he was saying that he was very proud and happy that he had always wanted to like host, you know, the Oscars. And then now that...
And then a brutal article came up.
Yes, exactly. So he's like, we're so excited, and then all of a sudden, it's such like a letdown because there's so much anticipation that, okay, let's see how Kevin Hart is going to perform, and then all of a sudden this story comes up and it's like, you know, he's saying now that he doesn't want to, or he... Anyway, I've said my piece. Let me hear what you guys have to say.
I'm very
before.
happy this story broke because I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago that I was saying something about artists and actors, actresses, regardless of once you need to be careful about.
Do you know, when I was reading that story, my mind went to, as like he first said something like that, that you need to be careful about some of the things that you put on social media.
Years back.
2009 to 2011.
Even recent, do you understand? Like, so whatever you, and then who said it yesterday that the internet never forgets?
Oh, okay, one of our guests.
One of our guests. I think Jenny, like the internet, they never forget, no matter what you say.
Especially in the Western world, you see, like here in Nigeria, I doubt very much if anyone will really dig that deep, except if perhaps if you're in politics.
No, trust me, they will.
If like in your politics.
Even sometimes you think you're clapping back at a troll, and you say something like, "Oh, you stupid faggots," because you're. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to say that. And you think you're clapping back at a troll. Then someone comes years later, maybe when the LGBT community in Nigeria grows, and someone comes out years later and say, no, we can't vote for you to be a governor because... And you guys were
said in the past.
Do you get me? Like, you need to be careful. As a public figure, you need to be careful about what you say.
Elsie?
I've been looking for the tweets, though. I didn't see it. Can you help me
the
with
one
what
that...
it said? I saw if his son, was that a tweet? That was a joke, like a video. They actually quoted.
No, there was a tweet that he
posted,
said if his son should come home and play
with dolls,
play with his daughter's dollhouse, then he would probably break one of the dolls on
his head or something like that.
I didn't see that. I saw them quoting, because the real article that was, like I said, the brutal article was quoting a comedy of his from way back where he said something about him not being able to accept it if his son were to be gay. You know, so...
Because I think it's not just one thing, it's the series of things that he has said about.
Apart from that, because I went through, I just went on the internet and I typed all Kevin Hart's comments on gay.
And they all came up.
On Kevin Hart's gay comment.
And there were several.
And there were lots,
because like we said, it's between 2009 to 2011. But I also saw somewhere where he's saying that, okay, he's 40 now and that people change, you know, that the person that he was at that time is not necessarily the person that he is today. So I don't know.
I do not agree at the part where he's saying he has changed, because I want to ask you a question now.
I think he must have, for him to apologize to the LGBT community.
About him changing or not. I'm saying that if you as a person have a son and you find out your son is gay, are you going to have like a mini panic attack or not?
Are you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Me?
Yes.
No, let's not even go there.
I'm pleading the fifth.
Because it's easy for us all to pick up our phones and tweet and from, you shouldn't have said this.
TLC, when I'm just saying, be careful what you say.
I'm just putting you on the spot.
I'm just saying that if most people that are out there bashing him and saying you shouldn't do this, maybe, of course, in the Western world, they are more inclusive over there. Nigerians here, I see tweets from them, and I'm wondering, these are people that take stones to how do they call it now? They like
They live in glass houses and throw
they throw stones at people that they feel are gay.
Oh,
like
I see
we've
what
had
you mean.
cases,
Yeah,
it happens like that. You're living in a society that you're not even inclusive at all. Like you're thinking,
so anti-gay.
You're so anti-gay, but you have a problem with Kevin Hart actually saying something that is less of what you would say.
Yeah, that's Nigeria.
This is Nigeria, but these are
now, if you're taking it to America, like
Yeah.
even if I'm going to look at it from any angle, it's going to be from my own angle.
Okay.
And I feel like for me, yes, I don't have a problem what we do with your body. Like you can be gay, you can be a lesbian, you can be anything you want.
Great. So let me ask you, if your son turns out to be
No, you didn't answer
gay-
my question, so I'm not going to
I
answer
answered.
you.
I told you I'm pleading the fifth.
I'm
So
pleading the fifth too. So
Okay, touche.
I feel like what he said is his words. You know, he came out to say that these things he said, it was said at a particular time where there was no problem making such jokes and saying things like that. Right now, he's more matured and he wouldn't say things like that, even if that's how he feels. So he would know that, oh, I have to be diplomatic about it so that people would not get in their feelings and be worried. That is the case. But I don't want to believe that his mindset and his outlook
changed.
to how the community is has really changed. Because
Okay.
you can,
Alright.
that is even evident in the way he has handled the situation and said, oh, I want to apologize, and then finally steps down and then gives you the apology you want. Like, I don't want that sport, but that's the apology, take it. You know,
And then the apology was also instigated by the Academy community group, you know, because it didn't really come out from his heart.
So
and then because they gave him an ultimatum, they're saying that, okay, it's either you apologize or we find so exactly.
Yeah.
So if based on that, what's your reaction?
Well, I think everybody. We're all entitled to our opinion.
Exactly.
If Kevin Hart decides to be homophobic, then please, by all means.
That's one thing I don't understand, you know, because like this happens in the West a lot, and it's like they can't tolerate anyone who has any kind of influence, who has strong or rigid.
Yeah, and that is really, really annoying.
And that's the problem.
Because
like
it's a serious problem because everybody should be entitled. The fact that you want to be homosexual,
he's not coming to harm you.
Do you understand?
Hurt you in any way.
So I'm entitled to how I feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then
That's
it's
how
not
it's
just
supposed to be.
Kevin Hart. So many people in the celebrity world. I think there was one time that some American celebrities were supposed to perform in a country, and because that country was anti-gay, they said, you know, for the person not to perform there, and that person technically did not even perform. And then it's not just that. Someone was supposed to, an actress, I forget her name now, she was supposed to act in a transgender role, but because of the fact that she was not a transgender herself, they were saying she should not act that role. You know, so and then later on she was like sidestepped, and then someone else was given the role.
I think Kevin Hart has also rejected a gay role, like
in the past as well.
If you read the article, you would see a whole lot.
Well, I just think
in my mind, I'm like,
everybody should be entitled.
He has the right to reject a role like that.
In as much as they're trying to say, okay, we should be diplomatic,
should be free and all that. But
I mean, but you should not hold someone to ransom if they choose, if that's how they felt at that time.
Besides, he's a straight man that is married.
No,
so
that's even besides the point. No, that's besides the point.
He doesn't want it.
They are even holding him to ransom for his view on the LGBT community. What has the Academy got to do with that? Are they supporting?
Academy
because they are members of the LGBT
that they are
community.
So straight and not inclusive. So they have to be inclusive and accept all the community involved in.
The Academy cannot take responsibility.
No. Let me explain that. Let me
feels.
explain that. Members of the Academy are also part of the LGBT community.
Yes.
So if you're going against the LGBT community, you're going against some members of the Academy. And if you're going against some members of the Academy, then you can't be fully part of the Academy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't necessarily mean that everybody has to be supportive of the LGBT. That's what I'm saying. You know, just because we have some members.
As a public figure, I think, you must be diplomatic about everything.
That's what we're saying, and that's what you just said when we discussed that everyone should be entitled to their rights.
I agree, but as a public figure, you can't, because some of these gay people are your fans. They are the ones that buy your movies. They are the ones that go and listen to your stand-up comedy.
All right, guys, we're running out of time.
It's very easy for comedians to make jokes about straight people and how we do our things, and everybody laughs about it.
Yeah.
But once you make a joke and it has to do with the gay community, they want your head. I think they
do a lot. No,
they need to take it easy and calm down and accept themselves, own themselves, and stop picking everything. You know, Funny.
All right, yeah, very funny. Yeah, you want to say one last thing before we move on?
Before I get myself in trouble and you guys will pull this out 2028.
We're out of time. We have to go, unfortunately, but you can join us on Monday for brand new episodes of the program. Until then, a big thank you to my team, Ife, Elsie, and the entire production team as well. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo saying thanks for watching and have yourself a great weekend.